Hello, world. I'd like to tell you all about my experience today at the Nevada Caucus. It was kind of interesting, so I'll talk about it. So I got there at 11:30. I knew very well if the doors closed at noon. So I got in this line. It was like 1,000 people long, and I waited in line for a while. Talked to some other people in line. There was this really cool Israeli guy in overalls we had a big political discussion. Get into that later. And ultimately I get to the front of the line, and it's at this high school close to my house. It's not the high school I actually work at. And once I kind of like register, they like check that I'm a registered voter. They say, okay, take this ticket, you're going to this random room. And they sent me to the school library. And when I get in the school library, there's this guy who's like organizing the library zone. And he says, if you're with Bernie, go on that side of the room. If you're with Hillary, go on that side of the room. So I went on, the Bernie side of the room, and I kind of did a quick count in my head, and there were about 20-ish people on my side. And then I did a quick count of the Hillary side, and there were like 40 people. And, in my head I was like, crap. Like, there's more Hillary people, so Hillary's going to win it, is what the thinking was in my head. Then that guy who was organizing the room said a bunch of party garbage about, like, just rah-rah Democrats, like nothing specifically Hillary or Bernie. And he said that, like, he's this neutral arbitrator. He, like, talked about a bunch of stuff we could put on the ballot. A lot of people had opinions about solar. And we were there for, like, 45 minutes. And I was talking to some other people around me, some of the other Bernie people. And eventually this guy runs in and is like, okay, you can all officially start now. And he's like, great. And so the organizer guy asked if there's anybody in the room who's uncommitted to either Bernie or Hillary. And there was nobody. And it was pretty clear in my head that there were more Hillary people. And then he asked who would like to read letters from the candidates. And I raised my hand, and I went up in the middle of the room and read to, what is this, like 60, 70 people, Bernie Sanders' letter to the people of Nevada. And I started doing it in Bernie's voice, dear citizens of Nevada. But then I actually went into my serious voice, because it's a serious topic, This is the guy I want to be president. And then some older lady came up and read the Hillary one, and when she was reading it, she like stumbled on a whole bunch of the words. And she like had her little commentary throughout Hillary's letter. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of disrespectful to Hillary. Like when I read Bernie's, like I started funny, but then when I actually got to all of his points, I said them in very serious, dramatic tones because he's a serious guy to lead the country. Then once those opening letters were done, he said, "Okay, who would like to just make statements about why they're on the Hillary side of the room, why they're on the Bernie side of the room?" And we had this like 45-minute long back and forth. People getting up, talking about why they like Hillary, people getting up why they like Bernie, and of course I made my opinions known. And the lady who first spoke about Hillary, her whole argument was a bunch of just, she's ready for the position, she's put in so many years of work in, the politics. And I'm like, well, but Bernie's been doing it too. And she also put in her argument, Hillary's a woman. And I'm like, don't bring that into the argument. Don't say I'm voting for Hillary Clinton solely because she's a woman. And since I'm a woman, she gets me. Like, really try to understand the people. Look past color, look past gender, and see what these people are about. And so many of the other Hillary speakers, their arguments were, Bernie's ideas are too radical, he'll never get anything done. They said stuff like, well, currently Obama is being, really shut down by the Republican Congress, and if Bernie was elected, nothing would happen. But my response to that was, well, Hillary is going to get the same exact treatment. Like, how do you think Hillary will bridge the divides better than Bernie will? It's like Republicans, they're just going to hate any Democrat who's up there. And, eventually I got to speak about Bernie, and I countered pretty much every point all the Hillary people made, but they were trapped in their ways. Generally, the room was divided more by age than anything else. It was just, the old people who got wheeled in from the rest homes on the Hillary side of the room, and then the younger people on my side. There were a couple older people for Bernie, too. I was really happy about that. But, I fought hard for Bernie. And the primary crux of my argument was Hillary Clinton is not trustworthy. Hillary Clinton has changed her views about gay marriage, changed her views about the Iraq War. She was shaking hands with people with Goldman Sachs at the same time while Bernie was, just straight up verbally attacking Alan Greenspan for the bad loans that did the economic crisis. And I didn't hear any truly great arguments on the pro-Hillary side. The whole deal was she's got more political clout. You know why she has more political clout? Because she's taking money from all these crazy super PACs that are giving her that clout. Bernie isn't. Bernie's truly working for the people. And I'm going to say this too. I do not fully side with Bernie on all issues. Bernie is not my superhero. I'm a libertarian through and through. And my true libertarianness wants less government, but Bernie wants a lot more government. And I understand that that's a hypocrisy for me. But I also understand voting for a libertarian at this point is wasting my vote, so I'm not going to do that. And I just want a president who I can, first of all, count on, and second of all, I want to see the country change. I would honestly say Rand Paul was more exciting for me than Bernie is, but Rand Paul's out of the race now. And if Bernie's elected, things could really, really change. Some people might say they'll change for the worse. Some people are saying they'll change for the better. I want difference in this country, and I'm really willing to give them a try. And that's why at the end of the caucusing today, they officially counted us. It was 28 Bernie, 34 Hillary. I think maybe my orator skills got like 2 people to switch to my side, so that was pretty cool. And in the end, the other people on the Bernie side chose me to be one of the representatives at the Nevada State Democratic primary election thing. So that's fun. And I'm glad I was helping out Team Bernie. He's a quality guy, and really hope he takes it. Peace out.